Hello, I'm Patrice Tevis, founder of Coffee and Conversation and a licensed marriage and family therapist. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation with Black Women. I believe that anything we do to improve our daily function is good for our overall wellness. And I'm really speaking to making good decisions. It has a huge impact on our mental health. Underserved communities need to heal. And I think one of the ways we heal is to tackle tough issues. Be transparent, be open, leave room for growth and change. That's the whole purpose. My whole thing in life is about building. We need more front porches. We need more neighbors. We need stronger self, stronger families, and a stronger community. That's how we're going to survive. So what I want to do now is I want to have our panel of wonderful, beautiful ladies introduce themselves. Miss Kiana.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kiana Rowe. I am the program manager for Coffee and Conversation. I'm also a law enforcement professional in a local agency in the community.
Great. Hi. Afternoon. My name is Penny Williams. I work in I'm a public servant with families and children, mental health, anything that has to do with the community, I'm a part of it. So I do my best to protect our community, as you do. So that's who I am.
Miss Ruby?
Yes, I'm Ruby Davis, and I work with families to help them get goods and services for their developmentally disabled children.
Very good. You ladies got some very important jobs. Our topic today is, what does it mean, particularly as Black women, what does it mean to define a life that works for you? And the other side of that is, how do you do it? Who wants to start? And I want to say this, though, as I said, who wants to start? You know, we're all different. We all have different needs. We all have different desires. How do we process that, package that, and present that, and not be concerned about what other people think or feel?
That's interesting, because I never gave a hoot what people ever felt. So when you say things like, well, how do you design or define who you are or your lifestyle? I think that has a lot to do with economics. I think that has a lot to do with the mental health and the strength of a person, depending on what they're going through in life. You know, if you're struggling and you don't have a place to stay and you got 15 kids, or you are in between barriers of whatever's going on in your life, that's a tough question. That's a loaded question. But for me, I have always been one that has never walked with the crowd or with the herd. I've always been pulled away from the herd. When you said we're all women, right. Females. I call myself a female because I'm made up of male and female.
Right.
I don't consider myself to be a woman. I think a woman is beautiful. I think she, to me, feminine. My mother, feminine and the hair thing and the nails, like you guys were just before we got on. Hey, look at your nails. That's never been my thing. So for me to define myself is I've just always been one that did what I wanted to do, whatever the consequences were. Many times I got in trouble with my parents because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I've been gay all my life. 3 years old, I knew I was different. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I was different. I always hung out with my brothers, fishing and all of that kind of thing. I tried to be like the boys and everything. Most of my friends today are straight. I have very few gay friends, and a lot of people find that weird. But it's true. I don't know. In my family, the women were women, beautiful women, and the guys were guys. But for me, I always did exactly what I wanted to do as I got older. Because when you're young, you don't know. Define yourself and all of it. You don't know. You're just a kid.
Right.
But through experience and pain, I was called many names in school. I'm just going to say it, bulldaggers, freaks, all that. Now you got Rick James singing about super freak, and that's okay. So thousands and millions of records. But for me, that was painful.
Right.
And other names that is very cutting. So through all those things, I grew.
Very good.
And I became strong. So I believe a woman is many women. So
There you
today,
go.
you could feel this way. Tomorrow, you could feel that way. Who's to say? Depends on what task she has to bring on or what's in her position at that time or whatever she has to do. But I think a woman is many women, wears many hats. Women are strong.
I agree.
So that's how, and I don't believe there's no certain definition of how you market
Well,
a
I
woman.
think we have to decide
Right.
that. So, like, we've got Kiana who's married. I would define an intimate relationship for me as something very different. I never want to live with a man in my house again, ever. I want to love someone who lives in his own house, and I live in my own house. I don't need to share the problems. I just want. I mean, maybe I'm being selfish, but I think we can decide to be selfish too in our lives. And I feel like I want us to come together, and it's always going to be happy. You and your adult children do your thing over there, and I will do the same thing. And when we get together, all we have to share is joy. I no longer want any kind of problems, and I get a lot of flack for that. And we know marriage is difficult, and I don't even know. I don't know what she's doing, but whatever she's doing looks like it's working. Okay, so how are you living your life?
Gosh, I got so many questions. Like, I just am so excited about this top. First, I just want to say, I'm excited about this. So I'm married. I have 3 girls. When you think about just who is in your sphere of influence and how they impact you, I was raised by a single mom. And so I wanted to be a secretary because that was in my, and she wasn't a secretary, but that's what I thought when she told, when you think about her duty statement, I'm like, she's a secretary. I want to be like, So I think I was I built my life around what the world said was normal.
Right.
What the world said was normal. Getting married, getting a good government job, getting a good pension. And now, this is something that I don't know if that's the right thing. I feel like I'm thriving, but I don't know if there's some parts of me. I feel like it's working. I often feel selfish when I want to do what I want to do that's counter, I guess, counterculture, if you will. Maybe, a stay-at-home mom. That's what I wanted to do. Everyone's like, okay, well, that's not, you're supposed to, all these things. So I don't know that I think I'm really reeling from what you shared, Penny, and I'm reeling from what you shared because both of those are not
traditional.
Right. So how did you fortify yourself, both of you guys, to be able to withstand the world and all of the vile things because you're going countercultural? How do you stand in that? You wanting to be in a relationship, it might be married, but of course you're supposed to live with your partner. Like, that's so crazy, right? Like, in my
not
world,
crazy.
so I know, but how do you fortify yourself against
We
the
have to know who
attacks?
we are. We have to know what we need.
That's,
We have to make decisions. See, what we need is to heal. We need to have joy. The most valuable thing on earth is healthy relationships, healthy engagement with others. See, I'm upset because I can't be friends with Penny unless somebody decides we either both are gay or whatever the heck it is. Why can't I just be me and she just be her and we be in a coffee shop just hooping it up?
Yep.
See, I get angry about that.
yeah.
And like I said, I don't have a problem with being selfish. I have decided I define the rest of my life. I read somewhere, you guys, where middle age is 35. People are only living to be like 75 years old. They say it's coming down. So if middle age is 75, it's 35.
Right.
That'd be great.
We don't have a lot of time to be playing around with what other people think is what I'm saying. Just do what you do, whatever makes you happy. What do you think, Ruby?
I agree because early, high school, whatever, I set my goals, and I wasn't able to attain them in the way I originally thought I would because I let societal influences tell me that that's not the direction I should go. So it caused me to change my career trajectory. It caused me to change when I had children, when I got married, everything. Now I sit back and I look and I say, wow, imagine if I had done what I originally wanted to do, where would I be now?
Right.
So I'm at a point now where I don't let other things influence me. I just set my goal and I just go for it. I don't even discuss it a lot of the times.
Right.
If it doesn't affect another person,
doesn't matter.
I don't even discuss it. I just go out there and do what I got to do. If somebody say, "What are you doing?"
Right.
Say, "Aha, just keep watching."
I know
You'll
right.
see what happens,
see what I'm doing.
And
what you say is so important because I loved trucks for years, but I wouldn't buy one because the big trucks. I'm an F-150 girl. Don't hate me.
oh wow, no
Okay. And I didn't get one for years because women didn't drive trucks and what are people going to think and blah, blah, blah. I mean, something as simple as, can you just buy a vehicle you like? But everything we do is influenced by something that really often doesn't have anything to do with who we are.
True.
And that's
Very
it's
true.
time to live and be who you are.
So I would subscribe. I think my worldview is foundationally Christian based. And I think, for me, that's how I've defined the way I make choices. And it seems to have worked. I think we come into this conflict when we don't accept others for the worldview that they subscribe to.
That's the truth.
And so how do I navigate in a world that I can come and show up as my best self and my worldview and the things without, I guess, condemning or
Judging.
being so, being awful to others. Like, how do we navigate in these spaces when someone comes with their worldview and then and we can still be
We
okay?
have to
Like, what is
consider
that?
that we lose an opportunity to learn and grow when we basically are a little bit judgmental. We have to let it go. It's like somebody saying, come see my new house, and you walk in there and think, oh, I wouldn't have bought this, I wouldn't have bought that. It isn't about you. We have to get out of the way sometimes because it's a lost lesson. If you don't, I want to know who she is. I don't want to judge her. There may be something wonderful about Ruby I'm going to miss because I've decided that, I'm just going to say religion, tells me that she's got a boyfriend and she's single. I mean, so therefore, I've got this opinion about her. I think we have to stop doing that because we are a society of a lot of mental illness. They're saying in 10 years, 2034, there's not going to be enough therapists to treat America's mental illness. Part of it is we can't define who we are and live in that. We're struggling with the image, the material things. People got credit card problems and they're buying things they can't afford and they're living a life to impress others. And they may or may not even know that. So the first thing we have to do is say, I like me. And this is what makes me happy. And do it. And just do it, right?
yeah. First of all, I say I accept me, and then I'm going to accept Penny.
Yes.
And then I'm going to accept Patrice.
That's right.
And, that's how I go on. I accept me. And if it's something about me I don't like, I work on it until I'm tired.
Right.
Or until, I
great.
can't work on it anymore. But if it's something about one of you I don't like, then I just have to either continue to accept you or separate myself from the situation.
Without judgment.
Without
Right.
judgment.
There you go.
It's my life, and I'm going to guide my path.
Right.
And sometimes I'll guide it towards you, and sometimes I might guide it away from you. It just all depends on where I am, because I'm going to see me first.
That is very true.
Again, it comes to where the truth. Everybody can't handle the truth. That's what Jack Nicholson said in that movie.
You can't handle.
You can't handle the truth. You know?
That was good.
So it comes down to your truth. Like you said, I didn't want to buy that truck because I was so worried about what other folks think and all of that. And like you said, well, I base my life on my spiritual, religious point of view. I'm also a Christian, and I too I haven't always been, tell you that. I still have struggles with certain things in regards to, my Christian walk. Nobody's perfect. But I'm not that person I used to be.
Amen.
I love everybody. I love mankind. That's why I'm doing what I do, because I love people. I don't care who you are.
Yes.
I don't care if you're a Martian. I don't care, if you got 3 eyeballs or 16 hands. Don't bother me. As long as you ain't trying to kill me or something like that, then we got a problem. But other than that, if I can help you, help yourself. My thing is help you, help yourself. I cannot do it for you. But again, it comes with the state of mind. Mm-hmm. Everybody's on different levels. Like I said, if you're dealing with a lot of issues and barriers and things like that, how do you get to, I don't care what you think, this is me?
Pain.
Because, right?
Tolerating too much that doesn't work.
Right? Because now I have to compromise. Mm-hmm. See, so when you're in a position to where you got your own, you can make your own reality. Right. The biggest influencer is that media. They make their truth. They make realities. They can do something right now and tell you, and you'd be like, oh, wow, did you hear about that? It was a movie one time, years ago. Mm-hmm. And they frightened everybody. It was something about people was running. That's why you can't say fire in movie theaters and things like that, because they had them thinking it's when things were on the radio. And this guy, whoever it was, I forgot who it was, and he was talking about some movie or something, and he scared everybody. So everybody thought it was true. So the biggest influencer is media. Media creates reality.
Yeah, I was thinking social norms.
Yeah.
We make decisions based upon being socially accepted. Mm-hmm. And some of those social norms are actually harmful to us.
It's true.
The way we date, the way we engage, who influences us, that all is based on what is socially appropriate now. I look at how people date now, and I don't want to be judgmental, but I'm thinking, you don't even know them. What are you doing? How is he your boyfriend and you've only known him 5 weeks? But that I have to stop because I don't get to say that for somebody else.
Yeah, for someone else.
So because we live in community, there are social constructs that are generally, you're talking about we can't say fire in public, right? That's a construct or a norm that we're not supposed to do. We need to fall in line. Mm-hmm. And then there's those that we're saying, hold on, that doesn't work for me. How do we show up? How do we decide between what the social norm we are going to conform to and that works and what the ones we're going to say, no, that's not something that I'm going to subscribe to.
I think everything
how do we draw that line?
Starts with your relationship with yourself, and everything starts with personal healing. And we really have to always go back to that. We have to sit down and have some quiet time and focus on the direction of our lives and how we want to see it change or continue. And in that, you just slowly but surely develop. If you need help, sorting it out, get the help you need, get the support systems you need. But we then will be able to walk in our truth. And at some point, it is a journey. And our truth changes. We're always in the process of changing, becoming and growing and being better. The thing is, I sometimes always feel like I'm defending myself when I'm talking to people because I feel like they're being critical. Little example, theme parties. I hate them. It's a little thing, you guys.
Like theme party,
like all white party, all purple party.
Okay,
I don't want to get a white outfit that I'm not ever going to wear anywhere else, and everybody else is wearing the white outfit. And one time I said that at work, and she said, "Oh, you just want to defy rules." And I went, "No, I don't." But then I'm thinking, well, so what if I do? That's not a rule that matters to me, And instead of me standing up for myself, and I went right back to it. I still hate them. I don't go to them. Don't invite me. I'm not wearing blue jeans, white pearls, and a black shirt to your party. I just feel like, I want to spend every moment that I can expressing who I am. If you ever get the opportunity to use your voice, use it.
Yeah, it's a tough one because you have, I have my 18-year-old. She's a freshman in college. We sent her off. She's pretty much not on her own, but she's out in LA making choices. And, for her, she wanted to go into psychology. Biology is her thing. And I feel terrible now just thinking about it, I kind of gently nudged her to do biology. So now my baby's in biology. But the point is that why can't I let my baby figure out her own thing?
Yes.
Then to me, the norm would be is they'll go get you this good, I was raised government job, do all this stuff. Now she wants to go into entrepreneurship. So what is that? How do we impact others by, and I know we're not accepting people for them going outside the social norms. And I feel like I want that, yet I do it to others, and that makes, I'm just speaking out loud, thinking out loud. I'm sorry. I don't even have a place to go with this, but I'm angry right now because I don't want to be the one, I want my baby to fly, and I don't want to be the one to change her, who she is. And I'm doing it, and I don't want to be anyway, just a random thing I threw out there.
If you look at, the people are always trying to separate us from our money. We're all, the bigger house, the more expensive car, all that stuff matters. And we're judged by that. Oh, I don't want to go to that party. All those people, they have more money than me. Or I don't want to go to her house. Or I've had groups of women friends, and we're never going to have anything at my house because I don't have a house like they do. We got to let that stuff go. Wow. Because none of that matters. No, but those are the social norms. I'm judging you by the way you live, by what you have, and all that stuff. It's going to be it's going to be tough. But if you don't get sick and tired of failed relationships, failed endeavors, then, rock on. But for me, waking up, I'm just going to go back to this man in my house, okay? Waking up to that every day, okay? And having to be concerned with or involved with things in his life that I don't want to be involved with. Can I say, hey, Ruby's my friend. Can I be selfish? Can I live the rest of my life out now going after exactly what I want? Can we?
Sure you can.
I think we should, because we've had the opportunity to observe our path to get to where we are. And some of those things we don't want to repeat. And the reason why you steered your daughter in a different direction was because you feel like that would be a better opportunity for her. Just by us making the choices that we make, we still want the best for ourselves. We're not going to avoid purple parties and then go do something stupid because they're having a purple party. But you're going to avoid purple parties and then do something that you enjoy doing.
Well, but in that case, okay, you were making the decision that's best for her. But is it your decision? Or is it your baby girl's decision?
She made the baby girl made the decision.
She did.
Well, she did, but she did it after mom's.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's okay because she can still,
as a parent, I feel like we should. I don't know. That's a tough one, right? As a parent, I see. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Letting them. You have these. I raised her with these training wheels. Right. Now I'm trying to take off one. Right. And I'm like, oh, baby girl, I'm going to need you need a training wheel still. Right. I'm going to need you to get a training wheel still.
We have to decide. I mean, there's a balance to this. And we have to open the conversation so we do allow our children. The call to action here is sit back, observe, evaluate, assess, reassess.
Right.
Know that a lot of things aren't about us so that we can move forward, so that we're not touching people with a negative spirit that they can feel. Nobody should have to defend their existence.
Right.
And we have to understand that.
That's good.
We have to understand that. I think we're kind of running out of time, but I mean, I think that this is another reason why we have a lot of mental health issues in our society. We're so conflicted and confused. So we now can be the people who allow other people to be who they are. for
I
our
like
community.
that. I like
Gay
that.
children,
That's good.
confused children, free-spirited children. We have to just, whatever they are, we have to try and understand it, try and embrace it, and try to support it to the degree that we can. So I guess we have to wrap it up here, but this was a very brave topic, ladies. And I'm glad that you are here to participate in it. We will continue the discussions, and I want to thank you for watching Coffee and Conversation with Black Women. We will be back.